Hey Rory, so looking back over the last couple of months in the Grand Slam in particular with Ireland, it must have been an incredible time.
Yeah, it was. I think to achieve something as historic and as memorable as that, it takes a lot of effort, and there were a lot of sort of very tough days, especially early on. It was everyone's kind of in contention for the championship. It's not particularly nice weather, and sort of end of January, start of February, and it can be a bit of a grind at times. But the beauty for us was coming through that France game and coming off the back of that, and everything that was in that, with the 42 phases and the 5 minutes of injury time to get the drop goal to win the game. To go away from home anywhere in international rugby is tough to win, but to go to Paris is very, very difficult, and against a bit of an unknown because of the new coaching setup. So we knew that had to be a big performance for us. But ultimately, we also know that if you're going to win a championship or win a Grand Slam, you've got to get better each game. And I think when you look back and you plot the way we played throughout it, we got better every week. And there's no doubt that the last performance was our best of the championship.
Jacob Stockdale also heavily involved throughout. Debut Six Nations campaigns don't come much better than that.
They don't. It's fantastic, and I think he'd be the first to admit that his tries we got on the end of a lot of hard work by everyone, but at the same time you need quality players out there to finish them, and to finish with 7 tries and the player of the championship in your first outing in a Six Nations is pretty special for him, and I think it's really encouraging how he grew into the championship as well, and to be almost halfway into the top 10 of most tries ever scored in a Six Nations is pretty impressive already by him.
And for yourself personally, another incredible individual achievement, but and we saw you were able to celebrate those moments at the end of the England game with your family. It must be very special. Is it something you're very cognizant of at the minute, or do you think in the future you'll look back on these things?
It's tough because you try to tell yourself, to enjoy these moments, but the problem is they just pass so quickly. It doesn't seem like nearly 3 weeks ago that we were getting ready to play a game in Twickenham, and it is something that you try to savour those special moments, because that's what all the sacrifice is for, and it's equally special for me to have my family there. I know my wife Jodie takes the 3 kids by and large to nearly every game, and she does all the hard work. For me, the 80 minutes compared to dealing with 3 kids is a lot easier, but it is special, and it's special for us as a family to have them there so we can share all these moments together.
Ulster and indeed Irish fans were obviously delighted with the new contract news for yourself and Ian. I'm sure you're obviously very happy with it too.
Yeah, I think that it's something that's been probably talked a lot more this time around than any other contract I've been involved in. I feel that I'm still playing well. I feel like I can still compete at this level and the highest level. And for me, it really came down to the decision. When you're retired, you'll be retired. That's the full stop, and you have the rest of your life to get on with everything else. But for me, when I felt I still had more to give in a Ulster and an Ireland shirt, I didn't want to draw time on my career too soon. And until I feel that I can't compete, I'll keep going. And it's obviously very special to me to be signing a contract to stay with Ulster and Ireland, 2 teams that I suppose by and large throughout my career it's all I've known, but they're 2 teams that are very, very special to me.
Obviously back into the Ulster setup now, a somewhat different challenge. How do you readjust coming back in, in what is obviously such a critical part of the season?
I think firstly you got to bring the confidence that you get from being in a Grand Slam winning team, and that's obviously myself, but Ian and Jacob, and you got to bring that leadership, and we got to find a way to inject just a lot of enthusiasm into our play. I sort of feel when we're looking at the Ulster games over the Six Nations, and even thinking back to games that I played in the early part of this year, so sort of January, there is a bit of an element where we're just trying to hold on to teams and trying not to lose and trying not to make mistakes, and that's not how you go out to win games, and it's just getting those messages, because look, it's a great group of boys here, and the effort is never lacking, and that's in training and in the games. It's just now trying to challenge that, and ultimately, hopefully, it's not the case at the minute, but coming into nicer weather and firmer pitches, that we can actually go out and enjoy playing rugby and enjoy playing in that special jersey and enjoy the pain that you have to go through to get results.
4 big games coming up, but the immediate challenge is Edinburgh on Friday night. How are preparations going for that?
It is a massive challenge. You know, they're on an unbelievable run, and they obviously lost in Europe last weekend, but in the league they're 6 wins in a row, and they're looking like a really, really strong team. They're just very, very hard to beat. So it's a really, really good challenge for us to see where we are, to see if we can get a footing and get pushed forward again.
Looking at the Ulster squad then, we've 3 players, Angus, Tommy and Tom, who could potentially make their senior debut, 2 of them alongside you, possibly in the front row. Have you given those guys much advice, or do you just let them get on with it?
Look, I think the big thing is just that they're selected for a reason, and it's because they bring something either better than the people around them or different to the people around them, and it's important that they express that and they don't go into their shell and get nervous. And you know, these guys got to step up, and these opportunities don't come very often. Obviously some of them are so young, they might get another bite at it, but like for me, and that's the message to them, is don't rely on mates. Just go out there and take your chance, and at the minute you have that jersey and you make somebody take it off you.